Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
You can carry a lot in those new bags.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, Supper got a bag of holding.
So, you guys have traveled back to town, and you're just outside the town gates. The gates are opening for you. You're in Everlund. It is winter still. What do you want to do?
I check up on my store front thing.
Okay.
I use control flames to make all the torches burn a little brighter.
Like as you walk by, they just like grow. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that there are some werewolves I could probably find,
Yep.
get information from.
Yep. You try to track them down?
Wolves? Where?
Okay. Okay, so let's chase those two things. So who wants to go with Bon, and who wants to go with Tin?
Who has more alcohol?
Oh, I think technically you do. Do you have the jug?
And a quiver full of bottles.
Oh, there it is.
Definitely you.
There it
Definitely
is.
you.
You've got the quiver full of bottles.
We might end up at bars. I don't know where the werewolves will be.
We do know that Bon's place does not have booze.
My place has no booze.
Oh, I'm going with 10.
You
Although
might
we
want
went
to
to-
remedy that in the future, like as a booze outpost. But yeah.
I before Bon walks off, I reach into my quiver, and I'm like, "Here, take this crap to sell." And I drop the longbow +1, and I shake it again, and Hugh falls out.
You've just got it like upside down, just like trying
Yeah.
to shake things out of it. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, clank,
whatever
clank,
I
clank.
want
Yep.
comes out.
Yep.
So like Hugh drops out, longbow drops out. So I have you take those off to the store, and I settle it back in my bag.
I'm going to go with Bond to convince him not to sell anything magical.
And so we've got Keo going with Bon, and then everybody else going with Tin. All right. So Bon and Keo, when you get to the storefront, it looks well underway. It's pretty much completed at this point. There's a bunch of little kid workers like working on finished touches and stuff like that. And one of them's I think one of them's got like a big lip full of tobacco and is like spitting it on the ground now and is complaining about like how he's been working like all these hours and not getting extra pay and stuff like that, you know, like how the town really needs like payment for over 40 hours worth of work, like extra pay. And
I kindly remind him that we barely get any hours work out of each hour from him.
Would it still be 40 hours even though it's a 10-day to the week?
See these
You know,
lazy
that's
kids.
interesting.
That'd be more manageable, actually.
yeah.
Here.
That is
You
true.
have to work less each day. I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Do they still have a 2-day weekend or is it 3?
You know, it's my world. I'm gonna call it 3-day weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, you're walking up on the store, and the storefront, and it looks quite nice. New windows have been placed, and you open the door, and there's there's 3 like really big burly guys in there, and has got Staravash by the scruff and is like, "You're gonna pay us protection money.
Who are you guys?
Get out of here, skinny."
This is my shop. Who are you guys?
Yeah. Well, if this is your shop, then you owe us money. And the
For-
one guy is like, "Yeah, or this happens," and he like pushes a glass on the ground.
I cast Featherfall on the glass.
Did we take any rests?
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, it's a couple of days travel.
Now, guys, let's be hasty.
Do you cast haste? Is that what you're going for?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. See, this is why I only hire children.
Oh my gosh.
The bigger they are, the clumsier they are. They're always knocking things over.
Yeah.
Then again, if they're orphans, I mean, there's probably not like orphanage stuff, so they probably wouldn't survive very well if they weren't employed as child laborers.
Yeah. He's done a good service, I think. So what are you doing, Bon?
Getting lost, apparently.
Yeah.
I say, you'll tell me your purpose here, and you will do so under duress if necessary.
I'm not undressing, buddy.
Under duress, it means you're in trouble.
Oh. They don't look very smart. roll a intimidation, please.
I am not intimidating.
Okay.
It's an 8.
Okay.
I say, you'll leave my shop, or with the light of the avowed, I will strike you down.
And you've got like
And my staff turns to fire.
nice.
I take out my pipe and
Okay.
I start packing it, and then a tendril of flame comes from the staff, lighting it. And I puff a couple times, thinking. And then I think, these guys are big and dumb.
Yeah.
So I pull out my flask
Okay.
and I offer them a nip. Because that usually works with Kinian.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Bon, I want you to roll one more time for intimidation, and then Keo, I want a persuasion. You guys are good cop, bad cop in this.
yeah, and I'm going to float up with my broom to get up to their level.
Okay.
Look them
That-
straight in the
That's
eye.
20 this time.
Nice. Modified?
Yeah.
Okay.
Persuasion. Ooh, I'm good at that. 18.
Holy shit.
I rolled an 11, but I got
Okay.
a +7 on that one.
Okay, so they've got like they've got this fear in their eyes, and they let go of Staravash, and the one that was like off to the side that brushed the glass over, he takes the flask from you and he takes a sip and he gives it back, and they look back and they're like they look back to Staravash and they say, listen, you got 2 days to come up with the money.
I'm going to press my luck a little bit with this,
Okay.
and I say to them that it seems to me that your problem is lack of coin. Just hitting the obvious.
Yeah.
And then I've noticed that there's a huge unemployment problem in this town. As you can see, I'm trying to gainfully employ as many people as possible.
Where did you employ the kids?
They do good detail work.
Yeah, they do. I really like what they've done with the side of my building. They have to use
gnomish hammers.
Yeah. Small hands.
Yeah. We have opportunities here for the adventuring sort.
We're not interested in that. He says, no, get out of here. He orders the other one to leave, and this other like short red-haired human just kind of like brushes past you guys, and he's like, wait until the Viper hears about this. And the other one, he turns back to Staravash, and he puts down like this slip of paper, and he says, we'll be seeing you soon. And he walks out.
I'm going to float the paper to me,
Okay.
and then I'll read it as I pull out salted fish and hand it to the children.
Fish jerky. Okay.
Yeah, that we found in that first dungeon, or second dungeon.
Okay. Like a year ago? Or are you talking like just recently dungeon?
Like underneath
Oh, okay.
Tressender Manor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Whew.
What's that smell?
Yeah.
It was extra salty. It'll keep.
So, you read the paper, and all the paper has on it is a big, like, flourished V, and that's it.
I start going through my other papers to match it.
Yeah, it matches the V that was on
My magic scroll. That wasn't
your.
magical.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get a little angry.
Yeah.
And I decide to myself at this point, you know, Keo says to himself, he says, perhaps Kenyon was tricked by the Viper. And then I mutter, prickle worm.
Prickle worm. Staravash, he rolls his sleeves up, and he's like, fucking Zentarum. What can I do for you, master?
You can tell me what that was all about.
Seems you pissed someone off. They're not bugging anyone else in town.
Did you hire any adventurers yet?
Yes. We've got a couple that we're training at the moment. Yes, training. And like, I think at that point you start hearing like screams, and you look out the window, and there's people like hanging from ropes up on the bell tower, and they're trying to like climb up the rope, and he says, he turns, or he like puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, live by the rope, die by the rope. And and like one of them is like epically failing to climb up the rope, and another one is just like has like wrapped the rope up around its body and is like climbing up the rope, and it's a female tiefling from the sights of it. So what can I do for you otherwise? We've got some prospects, no work yet, but I'm working on that. In fact, Lola is talking with the elders not too long from now, and we'll be hopefully picking up some work for defending the town. Contractors to assist the guards.
Cool. Here, have this +1 longbow and hew.
Holy shit! And he says he puts them both like behind the counter.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, master.
Those guys come back, tell them I have their money. Send them my way.
Will do, master. Will do. Do you still want me to have this ring? I assume.
Keo? Do you want your ring back?
Is it your ring, Keo?
One of them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cursed though.
It's not cursed. Don't worry, Starvash. It's fine.
Oh, good.
It's cursed. It causes you to hear Kenyon's thoughts.
On second thought, it is very cursed.
Yeah.
It's a super
Yeah.
cursed ring. I'd get rid of it as soon as you can. Just kidding.
So,
Yeah.
Actually,
you want it?
Hold on to it.
Oh, hold
unless,
on to it.
Unless
Okay.
Keo wants it.
I think it'd probably be good for each of our franchise spots to have one.
Okay. Agreed. Okay. I will hold on to it.
Then I'm gonna pull his hand because if I remember right, there was like a charge marker on it.
It was more of an audible ding.
Yeah.
But I like the marker idea too. So yes.
Okay, I look for a button to press to hear how many dings are left.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's like a little button on the side, and it gives 2 chimes. Give me an intelligence check.
Can it be an Arcana?
Yes.
Cool. Because I'm better at that than just thinking. I know more about magic than just knowing. 18.
18. You think that is how many charges have been used, and that you recall that there was 3 charges.
I'm thinking it's going to be useless if he doesn't have it, so even though, as a player, I know it's got one more person,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay. All right.
it's like, seems to be on its last charge. You better hold on.
So we cut to Tin.
Yes.
Tin, you're searching around town, and you recall the werewolves, the fine folk from the Gray Spine clan. You recall them talking about them being on the north side of town, and that was kind of their area. And you'd think that they'd probably be more on the northeast side, because of the vampire hideout that you found underneath the Danavar's house. So why don't you give me a survival or perception check, or investigation, one of those three.
Which one do you want me to do?
Whichever one is best for you.
Perception or insight? I rolled a nat 20.
Nice. Nice.
So that's a 29.
Okay. So yeah, with that roll, you're able to notice like a few people coming and going. That I mean, for mostly they are normal looking, but you get like this feeling, like this guard feeling, this I don't know, this intuition about these people being just different somehow. And you follow them, and they enter into a tavern. And the tavern is called the Full Moon Tavern.
Subtle.
Yes. And
Something like that.
the proprietor there, when you walk in, it's very busy. Surprisingly busy. And the proprietor there is a very old looking orcish half-orc male who has a scar over one eye, with cataracts in that eye, and he has like this very black and like a salt and pepper mane, really long hair, very strong for his age, looks very strong for his age, and is just bartending, serving drinks, and greets you all as you walk in.
I casually walk up to him.
Okay.
And explain that I am looking to kill some vampires and wondering if he would have any information that would help me do that.
Okay.
Just very blunt. Just.
Yep. So you walk up, and this orcish gentleman is like, "What can I do for you?" And you
Hi, I'd like to kill some vampires, please.
Yeah. and like not even quiet, and like and everybody around you just goes like silent, and then they're like, "Yeah!" Woo!" They like the whole place like gets just super pumped about like the thought of hunting vampires.
That's everybody's favorite pastime here.
Yeah. The big orc like puts his hands up and he's like, no, settle down. And he looks to you and he says, "Please, you gotta keep that a little quiet. The pups are awfully excitable here." He says, "Now, I've heard of you guys. You're the Obsidian Flame, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Are you the one that helped my people out in that trap?"
Yep. Killed some vampires.
Oh.
It was like, what, 2 weeks ago now? Or
No, it was only
10
like
days?
It was only like 14 days.
Oh, okay.
Because it was 4 days and then a 10-day.
Oh, yeah.
And then you traveled 2 weeks, 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Well, pardon me. My name is Victor Grayspine, and he puts like this giant mug of ale like right in front of you. He says, "On the house."
Thank you.
And he looks over to the orc that is kind of like shadowing you, and he says, one second, young one," and he pulls up 2 big mugs of ale, and he says, "All yours, buddy." And
Yeah, because it was kind of indicated Kenyon's with me.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And he just kind of gives an eye to Minette. He's having a hard time seeing you because, I mean, it's a tall bar and you're a short guy.
Yeah. I actually jump up on a chair
Okay.
and grab one of the mugs he put out for Kenyon before Kenyon grabs it.
Out of like the side of my mouth, and like a loogie into his cup. I drink my mug, and I don't see what's so big deal with the vampire, and I transform into a bat and land in tins.
Jesus Christ.
That's a really bad idea.
Like,
And I'm sitting in there.
So, do you transform into like a 2-inch tall bat or something?
yes. Because of the cloak.
Okay, so I pick you up
Yeah.
and you're in my palm and I put my other palm over you. And I wait until you calm down.
Everybody in this tavern, in this tap room, is like dead silent now, trying to figure out what the fuck just happened.
My friend here has been trying to sneak into the vampire clans, and he found this magical item that can turn him into a bat, and so he's thinking that will get him in, but I'd rather just go kill them instead of trying to sneak in to destroy them.
Persuasion with advantage because you are the obsidian foot.
Nat 20!
Jesus, she's rolling hot.
So
Give
26.
Dan's dice back.
Those are my dice, by the way.
Nice. Victor, he says, that's a weird young half-orc you got there.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
He's very special.
And he like puts his hand like on your shoulder, Minette, and he's like, "Don't worry, buddy. Here you go." And he pulls out like this little 8-ounce like glass, and it's got a little hand. You think it's for like gnome-sized people, like gnomes and kobolds and stuff. But no matter what, it always bugs you, like disturbs you that you have to have a smaller glass, like you couldn't drink as much as everyone else, even though you probably can't. But it's one of those things that just kind of blatantly looks down on you incidentally.
Are there any particularly large patrons around? Like heavy set kind of.
Yeah. Oh
large.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's at least one. Yeah. What do you want to do? I mean, this person you're picking out is like this big, like he looks like his mom could have been an ogre, like just really big dude, not quite like muscle bound, but looks like a pretty big dude. And I'm envisioning like the Blob, right, from X-Men, and he's just sitting there throwing them back and and he's like pushing people over and joking and stuff like that. What do you want to do?
What's the lifting capacity for a strength 23?
A lot.
Like a lot. It's a
It's
couple thousand pounds, I
23
think.
by 15, I thought. That's unencumbered carrying, and you lift over your head is the same.
Oh, okay.
So,
You
23
could
divided by
probably
15.
lift him
No,
up
it's
if
over
that's
a
what
ton.
you're...
Yeah. So you
It's a lot.
can lift a ton.
I lift
plus.
him.
Yeah. Oh, so you just walk over and like grab him by the chair.
the chair and
Yeah,
just
and
lift
just-
him
no,
up.
it's not. It's idiot.
And he's like, oh god, and
That's really not that great.
what?
That's only
3? Oh,
350.
Yeah, I
Really?
was off by a factor of 10.
okay,
I was thinking.
No big deal.
okay.
Thinking by
So,
150, not by-
so I need you to make an athletics check for me then.
13.
13. So you pick him up. It's pretty shaky, but you're able to get him over your head. And like on the inside, you're like, oh Jesus, this might have not been the right move, and like your arms are kind of shaking,
It's bigger than I thought.
yeah, yeah. And then you like, what do you want to do with them? Do you just want to put them back down?
Put them back down.
Okay, you
Yeah,
put them
I'm
back
just like,
down.
Don't belittle me.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I cast enlarge on myself.
Okay. And Victor casts enlarge on the glass and pours it into a bigger glass and then fills that glass and gives it to you.
So I lift my palm up and I'm like, Kenyon, Manette's got his own mug of beer now. Are you able to be an adult and behave now?
I transform back into a half-orc, and then I drink the beer I spit in. It's 30 times your strength score.
Oh, so 700.
Okay. Well,
Oh yeah, because lift off ground's twice carrying capacity.
That's a lot of mass.
nice.
I can't lift 700 pounds.
So Victor says, so what plans do you have?
My plan is to kill the vampires, as I said. I'm currently looking for information as to their whereabouts, their home base, if they've got one.
Well, we haven't been able to find their whereabouts, but when they came into town, the first thing that was to the first area that we lost as a clan was over by the guards' barracks. I don't know where they were located or if they're still in that area. We've stayed away from the south side. Hell, even they came up on the north side into our territory just to hunt us.
They're hunting half-orcs?
I am not just merely a half-orc. I'm a werewolf.
What's a werewolf?
A lycanthrope.
Like that's gonna help.
Yeah, I like rope.
Like I said,
Your
he's
friend's pretty simple.
like I said, he's special.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
What? I can turn into a wolf.
I could turn into a bat.
Yeah, yeah, it's similar. It's you got it. You're a vampire.
I knew it.
No, you're not a vampire, Kenyon.
I walk up behind Tin and I put my arms up in the air. I say, I want to drink your blood.
And I punch your jaw.
I walk away like sad, dejected, holding my jaw. And I drink another drink.
You just grab it off someone else's
Yes.
table. Oh man. So Victor, he looks back at you, Tin, and he says, "No, if you're going to be hunting them, would you care for some help?"
Sure.
And he kind of like head nods down the bar, and there's two like burly human people at the end of the bar, two women and a guy. They all look very similar, almost like they're related, and they come over, and one of the females says, "Yes, Victor, what can we help you with?" And he says, I need you to escort these people as a security detail. They may need some help. They're gonna hunt some vangs, and they are now assigned to you guys.
Cool.
You have Laura, Jill, and Destin.
I pick up the mug that I was like swimming in earlier in bat form, and
Yeah.
I take a swig, and I turn to him. I'm like, "This one doesn't taste right."
That was Tin's cup.
Whatever, and I drink it.
He puts another one out for you.
I drink it right away.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
Meet up, go kill. Meet up, go kill.
I want to go find Lola.
Lola?
And
Okay.
give her the very special sword I found for her, the rapier.
You aren't able to find her.
No.
You're like looking all over this building with the three figures hanging by a rope, trying to struggle and climb up them.
And I float up to them and ask them if they've seen her. And
the one human that's having like the worst time ever is like just like, get the hell out of here, lizard! Can't you see we're busy? We're trying to join up with this crew.
And I tell them it's easy, and then I hop on them and I scurry up the rope, and then I hop back off onto the
broom.
Onto the broom.
Oh gosh.
He like spits at you, but you're above him, so then it comes back down on him. It just didn't work out for him. He's having a real tough day.
It's okay. Not all adventurers need to climb.
Yeah.
What the fuck's up with these people on the ropes?
It's
Live or die by
Stairvash.
the rope.
Yeah.
I was just
They're the new
recruits.
hires.
I was just impressed that we didn't come back to a shop full of whores with Stairvash's
I was happy about
proclivity.
that as well. Yes.
Maybe that tells your characters that Stairvash hasn't
growing.
been whoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys judge him a little too harshly.
Listen,
It's just character growth.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So from up here, way up in the air, by the top of Bell
Yeah.
Tower.
Yep.
Can I see our ship and how it's coming along?
Yeah, actually, the ship looks finished.
Does it have 2 masts?
Yes. Is that what you ordered?
Yeah, I wanted it
did it have?
sectioned and lengthened and 2 masts. It's
Yeah.
a schooner,
Yep.
not a sloop.
Sloop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Treasure
and
Island.
I
Schooners
think-
are the best.
I think what they've done now too is like they've sectioned it, and now the forge or the furnace is now in the center of the boat, and the balloon that had the mast through it no longer has the mast. It's just a balloon, and it's between the two masts, and there's a like safety line that connects the
Yeah,
two to the
there should-
balloon.
There should be a gangplank between the masts because now there
Yeah.
are 2 crow's nests.
Yep, exactly. And there's 2 crow's nests up there. Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty slick. Did you commission the repeater?
If I didn't, I would have liked to have.
Okay. If I didn't, I regret not. Why don't you
Does this mean we get to buy another dog?
he's named Breakfast. Or we'll call him Brunch. So anyways,
What about second breakfast?
Or Levensies?
let's say if you were to commission something like that, it costs about 400 gold pieces, and it would be done by now, I would say,
Okay.
because I mean it's just
Because we're the heroes of the town.
yeah, and
these
they're pretty
bitches owe
much
us.
yeah.
And there was a swarm of children that were working on that
Yeah,
boat.
yeah. I think a lot of it is just like the children did all the rough work, and so the real artisans were the ones that were getting the shit done that needed to on the boat.
Wow. That and Spitz is a good foreman, even though he
Yeah.
complains about his work hours.
Spits. Yeah. So
Does Kinian have private wrestling quarters on this ship?
yes,
Yes.
it's his room. Yes,
All right.
yes.
And that's no longer where the
Yeah.
Teleporter is.
Yeah. So how I envision that area is the teleporter is a common room, which and then off of the teleporter is everybody's room.
That's what I wanted.
Yes.
So yeah, there's the special repeater harpoon gun up on the front
Yep.
crow's nest. and then on the back crow's nest is my little hideaway.
Oh shit! It's on a crow's nest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's the aft, right? I don't know.
It'd be on the front one, so it'd be the
4.
the 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that way it can like aim around.
Yeah, I like it. Is it 360 or is it only 180? Or
It'd be about 270.
Okay, okay.
Basically there'd be a 90-degree cone to the rear it couldn't
Okay.
do.
okay.
And then
So
up and
the
down.
cone wouldn't cover the other crow's nest, is what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
basically.
Okay, cool. I like it. It looks a lot like a. In fact, why don't you explain it? I want you to come up with what it might
like a
look
tank
like.
turret on the top of
Yeah.
the mast.
Yeah.
So there's like a big ring gear that's right on the base of
Okay.
the crow's nest. And then the platform sits on that, and then there are planetary gears. And
So the whole crow's nest turns. It's not the.
No.
It's not the turret itself.
well, so the ring gear's solid
Yep.
to the outside, and then the little platform that the harpoon gun's on
Yeah.
rotates with pedals. that
I thought it was gonna
Bicycle
be
pedals?
I thought it was gonna be a gerbil wheel for
That-
the dog.
That's for the dog.
Yeah.
And that's for the reloading.
Oh,
there's
that's
a
right.
windlass.
Okay,
That,
that's right. That's right.
And then it's got a gravity feed box magazine on top, and
And you have your unseen servant doing something too.
He's doing the pedals because Keo can't reach the pedals.
No.
Because they gotta be sized for proper people.
does it?
I don't know. Does it? It's your device.
It is, but there are they're like stilts.
Little stilts.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Keo.
Wooden extension blocks.
Yeah, that are strapped to the side
Okay.
that Kyo can put on when he's going to use it.
So
And-
instead of like sitting on phone books, he's up there like sitting on like arcane tomes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And then there are 3 levers. There's up, down, and fire.
Okay.
And
Nice.
it's pretty simple as far as how it works. You
Yep.
know, just think your regular ballista. So
Just
big
a regular
crossbow.
repeating ballista with a rotating platform.
I can't
The-
wait till I supersize myself
Totally
again
simple.
and just use it as a hand crossbow and throw it at a dragon. It only costs 4,000 gold, right?
And so
400,
the
400,
so supper
400? Oh, that's not bad.
the wheel for supper is directly behind
Okay.
the seat,
Okay.
so he can hear commands.
Ben, you've got inspiration. I'll give you inspiration. That was well thought out.
I guess there'd be a fourth. There'd be a like a charging handle to drop the harpoon.
Okay.
The next one.
Yeah.
But are you
Okay.
going to have to make an animal handling check every time to make sure the dog's not licking its butt?
Well, there'd have to be like 2 of them because you'd have to run the windlass back forward to
So we do
recatch
need
it,
breakfast.
and then there'd be the pullback, and then
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Make sure to mark your inspiration.
Yeah.
So where were we? Oh yes, you couldn't find Lola. And as you're up in the air, you can see Manette, Kinian, and Tin walking back. And Manette's a lot bigger than he normally is. Another thing, Keo, like as you're like up by this bell tower, you notice something that was left behind a long time ago that Tin also found. You see what is still there is some printed footprints on the bell tower itself. On the platform where the bell is, and it goes off the side and like down, like almost like someone walked up the face of the thing.
It was not me.
I looked to see if there are any footprints under the edge,
No,
because I know we're looking for vampires, and
Mm-hmm. they like to hang upside down.
yeah.
No, no. You do see that these footprints die off eventually and suddenly. So following them, they make their way all the way down to the roof, and then you see like 1 foot, and then you don't see where the next foot would have stepped. So it looks like they're mid-gait, and it just, like, stops.
Interesting. I would like to look closer at where they disappear.
Okay. Investigation, please.
6.
6.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
You do have inspiration.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, and it's
Oh, check
cocked.
die.
Yeah, it would have been a 22. But okay, so 19.
Much better. The footprints seem to be pointing in a southwest direction, and it points like you kind of look up and you follow it, and it's right across the river. It seems to be pointing at the guard's tower, or the guard's post, just across the river.
Oh, I'm gonna go pester my friends.
Okay. So you fly down, and they're arguing about how Kenyon is or is not a vampire, and talking about rare steaks and how blood tastes awful, and they just haven't discovered beer yet.
So if I was a vampire, I couldn't drink beer?
Correct. I'm gonna just go with that. Yep.
You would only want to drink blood all the time. That's all. Nothing but blood. No alcohol.
Well,
no liquor.
could-
Nothing.
Could he drink fermented blood?
Nope. It's
I
got to
just
be from
kind
a
of-
living body.
I just kind of hush
blood
Keo,
from
like,
a
no,
living
no, no.
body.
I hold up the alchemy jug,
Uh-huh.
and I say, blood. And I
It-
open it up.
And nothing comes out.
I don't want to be a vampire.
Neither
Exactly.
do they. We should kill them so
I'm
they're
like-
no longer vampires.
That'd be
Maybe
a
a-
really fucked nozzle on the...
Maybe he is a vampire and he drank all of it.
So, no.
My eyes get really big,
What were you
and I hold up
doing
my
last
cloak
Thursday?
in front of my face and slink off toward the shadows.
It is awfully sunny today.
So bright, my eyes.
Yeah. I offer to let him use my sunglasses.
Okay. So Kenyon, who's rolling around with this long black hair, sunglasses, and red bow tie.
Remember,
is-
they're old lady sunglasses.
Yes, old lady sunglasses, and like I think he's got a goatee, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and a bow tie.
More like mutton chops, but I'm
Nice.
rolling for my percentage of hotness right now.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Like
Yeah.
vampire hotness percentile is 14.
14 hotness. Nothing about Kenyon's getup is going together at all.
The rhinestones
I think I look
clash
grape.
with the bow tie.
Yeah,
Grape.
great.
So, guys, what are we
We
doing?
wanna kill
Yeah,
vampires.
we're looking for vampires to kill.
Yeah.
Yep, we need some clues.
Why don't we just patrol at night and see if we see
Yeah, I was gonna
anybody
say-
shifty and suspicious?
They've already proven that they go out during the daytime, don't they?
Yeah, I was
So-
thinking
They're
afternoon.
daywalkers.
Yeah, you
They
guys
wear
would probably
cloaks,
be
but-
looking for
Hooded
heavily
figures.
hooded figures. Yeah.
Why don't we do that then during the day? Look for heavily
Yes.
hooded figures and follow.
Okay. Hey, sorry to interrupt all the awesome action. This is DM Allen. I just want to quick say a big thank you to Incompetech. Incompetech.com has been absolutely fantastic. We use a lot of their music and sound effects and stuff like that. You should go check them out. Here's a quick sample. Like I said, they're really, really awesome. We really enjoy their work. Go check them out. That's Incompetech.com, and you can find all their information in our credits. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's just get right back to the action.
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Did you guys want to canvass the city any particular way, or are you just rolling around in a group? And
I'm going to subtly steer them towards the guard tower.
oh, okay, okay.
Basically, I'm going to point to the guard tower. I'm going to say they went that way.
Subtly, yes. I like it. Okay.
I'm gonna, without really saying it,
Yeah.
kind of encourage us all to stay together.
Okay.
Because,
It's probably a good idea if we're gonna go. kill
Yeah.
yeah, I
people.
don't want any of my companions to be alone with those abominations.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Hey, 10.
Hmm?
I almost said
Abominables?
Lyria.
Vampires?
What do you know about vampires?
That they are abominations because they hate the light and fire and all that is gloriously wonderful about Lathander.
Do they have any particular weaknesses?
They don't like beer.
That's actually a strength, Kenyon. That's strength.
I disagree.
Maybe if you didn't drink so much beer, you would see how much of a strength it is to not like beer.
That was beautiful.
I'm like, shut up, Bon. And I start like walking around the room, like high stepping with my knees and holding my cloak up, like sauntering.
Meanwhile, Kyo, his lower lip starts trembling a little bit
Okay.
because he's thinking, am I an abomination?
Oh, because you don't like the light. Oh, man.
Oops.
But you don't hate fire.
Yeah, I kind of like fire.
Yes, you're right.
Tim, is there anything we need to be wary of when we're fighting vampires?
Don't get bit.
Don't get bit. It's probably okay.
Yeah.
I try to do that all the time, but
They're probably going to want to stay in the shadows. But
Like me.
Are you Mr. Ed now?
I just turn and stare at Kenyon.
Kenyon might be a bit of a hypochondriac.
I shrink back to the bar.
And I slowly start edging more towards,
Yeah.
and I'm like trying to slowly move since we're all staying together.
Yeah.
I just kind of step back just a little bit towards the southern guard tower every
Okay.
so often to kind of pull the group with me.
All right. I think you guys
Head towards the guard tower.
Yeah.
Head towards the guard tower. Everybody give me perception checks. I assume you're actively perceiving at this point.
And you said it's a sunny afternoon, though?
Yeah.
24.
24.
Nice.
7.
12.
7.
23.
Nice. So you guys don't see much of interest. You see this like guards tower, this like rundown tailor's shop, this like printing press place, and like I don't know, like a cobbler shop.
Do we see anyone that's hooded?
No.
Just me.
This printing press place. Tell me more.
It is Bart's Printing Press, and that's what the sign says on the outside. And it advertises that it prints the Everlund Gazette.
Oh, man. You can make a lot more money printing those spell scrolls.
True. Yeah, just
Cure wounds,
dump it.
cure wounds, cure wounds, cure wounds.
This is an adventure league.
I'm going to step in and ask to see Bartlemy.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's the traditional way of saying Bartholomew.
yeah. So you go up to this printing press like factory area, and there's clearly like a reception area, and you enter the door, and it's cold and dark in here. The windows look as if they're blacked out from the inside. Not a lot of light is getting in here, and you smell like a faint smell of must and iron, mixed with printer's ink, like the smell of ink.
Is there nobody in here?
Nobody's in here. It looks like it's been in a lot of disuse. There's papers, old gazettes scattered across the ground. There's a big tall stack of gazettes that are marked about 3 or 4 years ago. You think that might have been the latest gazette printing?
Is Kyo gonna open a little printing business on the side?
Possibly.
I mentioned to Kyo that this is the most magic scrolls I've ever seen.
I know. It is a magical place.
But you do see a couple of hallways that come off of this room.
Do we see the presses themselves?
Not yet.
No.
Would you like to search the building for them?
I would.
Okay.
I want to know if they're using like wood block or rollers. Or...
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate
Okay.
basically everything.
Okay.
I want to look for why it smells like blood in here.
Well, iron-based inks are pretty common, so.
Gonna look for the blood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna investigate with Minette.
Okay. Investigation checks for those.
Journalism.
For those who choose. Nice.
35.
Okay. Holy shit.
You know nothing.
Yeah, you know nothing.
Jon Snow.
So I
18.
investigate.
18?
No, 15.
15? Okay.
I investigate. I start going through all the old papers and finding out about the lost cats of Everlund.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 6.
Oh god. So I think Kyo is so wrapped up in looking through these old gazettes. Minette, you find it almost instantly. Like you're just kind of looking around and you're like, what's in this room? And you open this door and it's a wrought iron staircase that goes down into a very deep area into the ground. It's wide open. There's very large presses in this room. There's like 6 of them. There's this big area in the center of the room, and along the outsides there's 6 mounds of dirt just kind of tucked away in some of the corners or next to the presses. A very large amount of dirt. In the center of this room, there's a table much like this with inkwells on it, rolls of parchment, and a chair, a burned out candle, and behind the chair is a big circle with a sigil on it. You also see hanging above the sigil, there's a figure that's hung up on meat hooks. The meat hooks protrude from the shoulders. It is a young female elf that's hanging from these meat hooks.
Is she alive?
Would you like to give a medicine check? From the looks of it, without checking, like just looking, she's pretty dead.
Now, did Minette tell anyone? Like, are we with him?
Yeah,
or
I would imagine that you're like right behind him. Like,
Okay.
I mean, it was literally like
I opened the door and saw this huge hole in the ground and all the dirt, and I'm like, found it.
Yeah, like, and I want to make it clear, it's not like a hole, but it's like, think of like going down to a factory floor. So it's still like all this like cement and stuff like that. It just needs enough space for all of these tall presses and stuff like that.
I thought there was like a hole in the ground that
No.
those things were going into. Okay.
Right? Nope.
Well, 18 medicine.
18 medicine. She looks very dead. In fact, like, you're inspecting her and the chains kind of swing a little bit, and when you move to the front of her, you see there is a stiletto stabbed into her chest.
Oh.
And on the stiletto is a note.
Probably a little bit dead.
Can
I read the note without touching it?
1 second. Okay. Tin.
Does she look like the elf in the flyer?
You see her face and it resembles that, but it resembles a little more. She's got red paint that is like moved through her hair, and she has armor of a guard, but has the signs of Lathander
she's...
drawn all over it.
The vampires are gonna be so destroyed that they're gonna wish they were just dead instead of me killing them.
Kenyon walked into the room, and this whole time I've been playing with my cloak.
Uh-huh.
And it's sort of dark in here. And without even realizing it, when I came in the door, I just floated in. And I floated right into the printing press, and I'm freaking out a little bit as I'm 20 feet off the ground.
Nice. Yeah, so I think you're inspecting this body, and you're just about to read this note, and Kinian, like, boom, right into the printing press, and he kind of distracts you for a moment. And that's when I think Tin has the realization that this body is made up to be like her. Manette, the paper is backwards on the body.
I'd like to go to one of the mounds of dirt.
Okay, and do what?
Compare it to the dirt in my pocket.
So you compare each one, and do you have any like alchemical skills or anything like that? Like, are you proficient in alchemist tools and things?
I'm proficient with mandolins.
So you can tell at least that 3 mounds of dirt are much different than the other 3. So 3 mounds of dirt are very deep black mounds of dirt, and the other mounds of dirt look a lot like the dirt found here in town.
Okay. I know the other dirt doesn't look like the dirt from in town.
Right.
Which is why I'm interested in it.
Yep. So from your untrained eyes, 3 of them look the same. I mean, they're that distinctly different. Think of like potting soil versus like red clay, sand, earth, right? So, I mean, they're distinctly different. You don't need to be trained to know they're different. You just have no clue where they come from, and you don't know if the darker piles are distinct in any way. Like, you don't know if they come from the same area or not.
Is there a way to lower the body? Like, are the chains on, like, pulleys or something like that? Or
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I lower the body and
Okay.
then take the note and read it.
Okay. So you lower the body down, and you take the note off of the body, pulling the stiletto and grabbing the note. And would you like to read it out loud?
Yeah. To the cleric that wields the light, you are cordially invited to our homestead in Waterdeep. Please do come and visit. We have what we needed, so we take our leave. I do hope you enjoy what my friend Taka has left for you. She was absolutely delicious. Eternally yours, A. Winter's Cost.
So I just kind of stand there for a moment, and then I take my mace and just swing it into one of the nearby presses.
Okay.
No! Mend.
Just one of them.
As I peer over, to being curious, does the A look like the other A? Wasn't there an A on the note in the other basement?
Oh, yes. In the other basement in the Danavar's house? Yes. It's the same A.
So I pull out the other note, and I'm like, look! I found a clue.
It matches. Manette, well, actually, Keo, you turn to Manette and you're like, I found this clue, right? And, you see behind Manette is the standing dead elf.
What happened to Tin? I'm having a very Kinian moment now, because there are 2 Tins and one's dead. And there's got to be some sort of time paradox.
Nice. Manette, I need you to do an athletics or acrobatics check at disadvantage as these claws grip onto your shoulders. And,
so it's moving.
Yeah. No, she was standing behind him. Yep. And she grips onto your shoulders tightly and like in a grapple.
So this is an attack that
Yes.
she's making at me?
Yes. She has successfully hit you.
No, wait, this is the body on tenterhooks?
It was.
Okay,
It was
yeah,
on.
just wanted to
yeah.
make sure.
That's going in the fuck off bag.
In the fuck off bag.
Okay. All right.
7.
7. Okay. So, everybody roll initiative, please.
Yay.
Manette, 9 piercing damage. As the fangs enter your neck. and you feel the necrotic magic start to burn through your veins. You take you take another 6 points of necrotic damage, and it also reduces your maximum hit points by 6.
So meta, that's until a long rest, or
That's what. Yeah, you think so. Okay, so Keo.
I run my finger across my ring of spell storing
Okay.
quickly, letting out my Misty Step to pop in right behind the
Okay.
knot tin.
The knot in.
And then, as my action, I grab the chains, and I shocking grasp.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
I say, nothing personal, kid. So, 20 hits, right?
20 hits, yes.
And somebody remind me, shocking grasp is D8s, right?
It is, and you should have advantage if it's metal.
Yeah. Well, let's see if it's a critical. Cocked. No. 12 shocking damage. And doesn't that deny them their reaction?
Yeah. So you can walk away.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
And so while holding the chains, I
Okay.
walk back, kind of letting them slide through my hand
Okay.
as I get back as far as I can while still holding those chains. See if I can make a close spell into a ranged spell.
I like it.
All right. Kinian.
So, Kinian's about, like, how tall is the ceiling in this room for these printing presses?
100 plus feet tall.
Because I've been like kind of like,
I mean, so it makes it so the buildings level in the ceiling, so they just went downward. And so if your
Yeah.
ceiling,
100 feet, though.
yeah, well, if your ceiling is 60 feet into the air,
Which is a really high ceiling.
it's a factory, right? I mean, that's, and then
Or even
you
say,
go
like,
downward.
30 or 40 to match the with a big drop.
Yeah.
It'd be doable.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't imagine you're at the top by any means. When you guys came in,
Sure.
you're at like 30 feet above the basement floor. So
okay. Because I've gone up like a little bit.
Sure.
At this point, I'm guessing I'm like 30 foot up in the air.
Okay.
But I'm like upside down and sideways, like spinning off kilter, not knowing how to control this cloak.
yeah.
I'm not sure how far away I am from all of this. Because when I came in, I basically...
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm not even sure if combat's taking place. I mean, I heard a spell go off,
Sure.
but I'm trying to understand, like,
You
where
also
I
heard
am.
Minette, yeah,
yelp
like shouting, yeah.
out of pain.
Yeah.
So what I'm
You
trying to
recognize shouts of pain.
Yes,
Your
Yeah.
enemies give them off frequently.
true. What I'm trying to ascertain, though, is how far I've listed off of, like, bounce, basically. Careening out of control after
sure.
I floated into the room and, like,
Well,
started freaking out.
Why don't you give me a dex save then?
Well,
You're fine. You wouldn't have listed very far from your original place. So I would say that you are a little off course, but you can reach them in one movement. Because you've got 30 for fly speed, right?
40.
40 for fly speed? Yeah, you can reach them.
So I'm there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to clumsily, like, land,
Okay.
like, right into Manette and this false tin.
Okay. Okay, like to tackle them?
Sort of.
Accidentally?
Yeah, just kind of like accidentally. Like, oh, oops, I'm sorry. And
Okay.
at the same time, I'm going to rage, grab her, and spin around and throw her into the air.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, like,
Okay.
using the momentum. Kind of
Nice.
like bump and fling her.
Yeah, so she's kind of knocked off balance when you bump into her, and you grab her and you go to throw her. She can't resist because she's grappling onto Minette. So she is holding onto Minette, and you grab and throw her.
Yes.
Go for it.
I have an athletics of 22 to hold on to the chains.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
What is this roll? Is this...
It'd be an athletics
Athletics?
roll. Yeah.
29.
29. Holy shit. Yeah, so you grab her, you throw her into the air, and you see the chains, like, they're slack, and then they pull taut, and, she rips from the chains, and Minette, you are falling in the air now. And she is falling in the air.
I use my reaction to feather fall Minette.
Okay. And Keo, you're still holding onto the chains as they go taut.
Yeah, and so it's 15 pounds for my bag of holding.
Yep.
And it's like, was it 24 pounds for me?
Okay.
If I remember right. And then 5 pounds for the handy haversack. And we'll say another pound for what I'm wearing.
Okay. What are you calculating weight for?
So when it goes taut,
Oh, okay.
am I heavy enough to stay on the ground?
Oh,
Because
no.
I'm definitely strong enough to hold on.
Yeah, so you aren't strong enough to hold onto it on the ground.
So-
You follow with it. I
So-
mean, Kinian's very strong.
What I was figuring is I include myself in that feather fall.
And there's like a Zack Snyder lame, like slow-mo moment as my hand reaches up to the quiver of Alona and the javelin of lightning pops into my hand.
Okay.
And I fling it at her as she's in the air traveling.
Okay.
Sorry if I electrocute you guys.
Well, no, they're separated now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
she
yep.
tore loose.
Yep.
I was figuring it'd take more than 50 pounds of force. So
Yeah.
Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit. Oh wait, she doesn't get a dex save. Yep. So yeah, that hits.
28 points of damage. And I let out a
She looks
roar.
pretty rough.
I let out a roar.
Okay. She is going to fall with this javelin in her, and she takes a amount of damage. Okay. And she falls fairly gracefully. She still takes damage when she lands, and she hisses at you all. And then she will run for 10. She runs for 10.
Cool.
Yep. She isn't able to attack, but she gets up to you in your face. What do you do?
So she's like 5-10 feet in front of me kind of thing?
No, she's like
Melee range.
Cool. Alright, Burning Hands, I'll do it as 5th level.
Oh, shit.
She's got to do a dex save.
Yeah, nat 1.
Okay.
You did notice too, like as she's standing in front of you, like when she's running towards you, her broken leg mends, and like the wound around the spear like starts to close up as she regenerates.
25 fire damage.
Her hair
like
is
burnt
like
hair.
Yeah, her hair is burnt away completely. She's got like these burning embers in her clothes. What's left is the hot metal, and it's searing into her skin. Bon.
This girl is on fire.
How, besides the whoops,
Again?
I'm not having luck with this phone.
Yeah.
Besides the burned appearance, how does she look?
Rough.
Rough.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna angel out and then punch at her.
Okay.
God damn. I miss.
You miss? Oh, all right.
Both shots?
Are you sure?
One punch.
Oh no.
Why one punch?
Angel out.
Oh. Ooh, ouchie. You could spend a key.
I feel the pressure. I spend a key. 17.
17 hits.
Yeah, that's right.
Haha, I got you to burn a key.
Well, the wings threw him off balance for the one punch.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I do a D6.
Haha, you got me to burn a rage.
Shouldn't have dropped the phone.
Yeah.
'cause
You could print it.
stat
You
sheet
could print
goes-
it.
Yeah. Or have it open on the laptop too. What?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
What?
Just don't stop recording. That'd be bad.
What? Stop
Like-
recording?
Yeah. No. Don't do it.
There's voice commands now.
Here's
Alan,
what
damn
I
it.
really think of the DM.
You can't say
Alexa,
stop recording.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has awesome blogs. They've got cool information on there about writing new adventures and things around D&D. You can find a giant archive on all our episodes. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.